It's Ms. Harris.
And Mrs. Andrzejczyk.
And we are here to watch this video that everyone has to watch so that you can choose your IV. So you need to choose your independent variable for today's lab. So there's a couple of different things that you can do. If you read through the materials list, you were told to have mesh. And since that's the thing that's right here in front of the camera, that's where I'm going to start. So I don't know what kind of mesh you have in your house, Ms. Andrzejczyk, but I didn't go to the store and buy mesh. I do have a plastic screen on the back porch on a window that's busted. I could have taken a piece of that screen. Ask your parents. The other thing a lot of people have are like onion bags. What else might they have that would work?
Well, in my house, since I sew a lot, I have some of that like crinoline crunchy stuff that you have under a skirt or weird stuff like that to make it poofy. I have some of that random leftover stuff.
Yeah, so anything like that. So this is from an onion bag, apple bag, and these are bath poofs. I bought new ones and brought these. Now, I do have two different bath poofs, even though they're both bath poofs, because this is the one that you get for like 50 cents at Dollar General, and you can tell that it's a little bit different than the one that you get for like $3.50 at Bath & Body Works. So I was curious to see whether the expensive one would be different than the cheaper one. So one of your possibilities for your independent variable, the thing that you are going to change, is your mesh. Ms. Andrzejczyk, what do you have over there to your left? What could we use?
I have water. I have alcohol. This is rubbing alcohol to clean things.
70%. So like the stuff you put on a cut.
Yeah. Clean. I have distilled vinegar, which most people have in their house. That was pretty common. And then I have vegetable oil, which also most people have either vegetable oil or canola oil or some kind of oil.
Olive oil. I don't use the olive oil. We might get in trouble. That stuff expensive.
That's expensive.
But corn oil, canola oil are going to be cheaper. So another possibility for your IV is the fluid that you use. So you could use water, and I do not recommend you don't use water as one of your fluids. Now, please realize that you might choose like water and Coke or water and juice. Guess what juice and Coke are mostly? Water. So they're going to behave about like water. So try to think of something that isn't mostly water. Like,
creative.
Yeah, use a fluid. You still want it to be a fluid, but, be creative about it. Maybe soapy water. See what that does, or salt water. But just like coffee versus water or Kool-Aid versus water, you're not going to notice much of a difference. Okay. And then the third option for your IV is your type of bottle that you use. So I have a narrow mouth plastic bottle. I also have a narrow mouth glass bottle, soda bottle, Great Crush because it's good. Then I have a wide mouth plastic bottle and a wide mouth glass bottle. So again, I would have to choose. Am I doing glass versus plastic? Am I doing wide mouth versus narrow mouth, but using glass? Am I using wide mouth versus narrow mouth using plastic? So you actually have two different IVs. And this is just bottles that I already had here. I didn't go buy nothing. I just went around and dug around. Now I don't throw much away, but science teacher. So, I'm not saying you need to do all of these experiments, and you're not going to do all of those fluids. You're going to pick two, water for one and then one other one. Pick one bottle. Okay. Now here's the question. What do you think, Ms. Andrzejczyk? Can they choose two bottles and two types of mesh and two types of fluid?
No, because then we've mixed our IVs and that becomes a big mess.
Yes.
And we can't test it.
Our experiment isn't valid anymore. As soon as we start, why is it doing that? Hopefully it didn't do that for y'all. It froze up for us. As soon as you start testing more than one IV, your experiment isn't valid. Think about our civics test. If it's a civics test, but it's in Japanese, that's two IVs. Was that a valid test? Nope. So you've got to make sure you're only picking one. Okay. So either choose, I'm going to do two different types of bottles, and I'm going to put water, and I'm going to use the same type of mesh. Or I'm going to use two different types of mesh, but I'm going to use this kind of bottle every time, and I'm going to use water every time. Or I'm going to use this kind of bottle every time. I'm going to use that kind of mesh every time, and I'm going to use water and rubbing alcohol. You with me? Okay, hopefully you are. So I am going to close this video down, and I'm going to make separate videos for each of those IVs. So you only need to click on and watch the video for the IV that you chose to test.
So choose your IV.
All right, and no worries. It's not the IV for the rest of your life. This isn't, the newlywed game or anything. One more thing, just wanted to remind you of what things you need. So you're going to need a rubber band. I just have a ponytail holder. I mean, I had one of these in my pocket already, and I mean, I have rubber bands around here somewhere, but
I got one right there.
Ponytail holder. I do recommend that you put your hair up. So when it's time for me to start doing these labs, I am going to put my hair up because you can knock stuff over if you've got your hair down. But I have another one for that. So you're gonna need a rubber band. You're gonna need something to pour water into the bottle with the mesh on it with. I have a beaker because it has a nice little pour spout on it. If you have a measuring cup in your house, probably the thing to do. You're gonna need some toothpicks. Probably just a pencil would work. Like if you had a sharp pencil or a mechanical pencil and you just click out the thing, that would work in place of the toothpick.
Just be careful it doesn't break off.
Yeah, and don't poke yourself. And then finally, because I'm not doing this over the sink, I have a bin so that when I start conducting the experiments, I don't really test gravity all that much.
So we don't make big messes.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make
because we don't want to clean it up. So find a place that you can do it without having a big mess, so you don't have to clean up as much.
And make sure that you talk to the adults in your home. Make sure that it's all cool. Granted, we're not doing anything with fire, but we do have some glass involved if you decide to use a glass bottle or if you decide to use a glass measuring cup. So just
or if you're using up your mom's oil.
Yes, definitely.
Sure
definitely ask. If you decide to cut up mom's bath poof, you should ask first. Like, definitely don't do anything without permission, please, or we won't be able to do this again. We'll get in trouble. Okay. This video has been plenty long. Thank y'all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.